People, thank you for viewing my YouTube channel. I'm about to show you the property that I've been clearing. So far, this is just an update. So far, this is what we have. This is the area that has been cleared by a tractor. Ground has been grazed and everything's ready to go for planting grass. Okay, so let's take a walk down through the property. This is an area where my cousin got his RV. He's got a nice little driveway set up. Of course, here's our tractor. It's Leon's tractor. All this area, when we first started, was filled with 3-foot, 4-foot, and 5-foot tall weeds and brush and prickers and all sorts of things. Anyway, this is the area that's done. It's ready for, this is going to be Leon's yard, this whole area, where he plays with his dog and relaxes in the sun. This is where I'm sleeping while I'm working here to help Leon clear this property. Of course, there's some more gear. This is really pretty, really beautiful. Okay, so far we have teepee poles that I cut with a chainsaw. Eventually Leon's going to make a teepee. Some 4x4s that I got at the store, Home Depot or Lowe's. And of course, some tractor implements. Here's the stone wall over here is the edge of the property. It's the right side stone wall. Of course, here's where I sleep. Okay, so let's go down the path. This whole path that I'm walking on now, it's about 20 feet wide. It's the length of the property. And again, this was filled with all sorts of brush, weeds, trees, which I removed myself with a chainsaw, a string trimmer, which I like to call a weed whacker, and a brush cutter. So, as you can see, this is a really very big property. It's 5 acres total. Now, that's not big for Texas people. Texas people think 5 acres is like a little small yard. Anyway, just a little humor there. Anyway, this is just a pathway that I've cleared off to go down to the pond. A lot of people live here in New York. For 6 months out of the year, they camp. Or they live in a cabin or something like that. And then for the other 6 months of the year, when it's winter, they go down to Florida. Right here is an area that I cleared off, which goes directly between the two stone walls. I already showed you the right side stone wall. Now I'll show you the left side stone wall. Anyway, when people think of New York, they think of the city. But this is New York too. The country. Anyway, this whole field I cleared out. Again, all me. Leon cleared the front out with the tractor after I cleared out the weeds. Now we're grading the pavement. Now we're grading, and he got his driveway in. Okay, here is the stone wall on the right side. The left side of the property, I'm sorry. Okay, for some reason, the people that designed the properties in the first place, the barriers or the borders for the properties, kept the stone wall on Leon's property and about 10 feet on the outside of the stone wall, which I don't know that it makes any sense. I would have left the stone wall as the border of the property, but anyway, this area right here is on the left side of the left stone wall, and I had to clear all that out as well, again with chainsaws, string trimmers, and brush cutters. And that goes all the way down to here. I got down here. Come on, Spice. I did this yesterday. This is all rough cut still. I got to go through and take trees out still. Like that tree laying down there. This right here. Just all this brush has to come out, but I cut it all down and took it out yesterday. Or most of it. Right down here is where someone made a stone wall that goes directly across the property, perpendicular to both fences, which are stone walls. This is my favorite area. I can come here and pray, which is cool. And I could come here and relax. This is like a natural grove. I love it. Nice and quiet. It's mostly dark throughout the day. And it's shaded. It's private too. Anyway, if you want to see what's on the opposite side, what I had to go through to get to this point, you can look at all this brush here. And you can see, this is what it looked like before. The whole property looked like that before. There's some brush through here, and I'm going to need a chainsaw just to get through the brush. That's how thick this brush is. Anyway, so this is the stone wall that goes across the property, perpendicular to both stone walls. And there's my dog, Spice Girl. Okay, come on, Spice. Anyway, this is not New York City, is it? Just because you hear the term New York, do not just automatically assume New York City. Okay. All right. Guess I should try to hold the camera up instead of letting you see the ground. Come on, Spice. Okay, go through the stone wall. Back to the... Now, this first area that I showed you that I cleared out, the clearing, Leon eventually is going to turn this into his garden. Look how far it goes up. I cleared all this out by myself. And you can see it's just mass weeds. Some weeds are easy to cut down with the string trimmer, such as this, or ferns, like that. They're easy to cut down with the string trimmer. But there are whole areas of weeds that can't be cut down with anything less than a brush cutter or a chainsaw, like that. Okay, so here's the stream on his property. Come on, Spice! Come on. Leon asked me to cut out a walkway for the stream, so I did that. As you can see, it goes all the way up to the front of the property. Again, look what I have to cut. A lot of work. Okay, now we're at the front of the property, again where we started. As you can see, the RV and a Toyota pickup. Okay. Actually, it's my Toyota pickup. Again, the road is right just past this ridge here. Look at those weeds I have to go through still. Most of this stream, for some reason, is dried up now. But we had, during the month of rain, last month, during the month of July, it rained incessantly. So we got the stream at one point was probably a raging river. Now it's down to a trickle. Some places it's even dried up. Okay, back to the property. Come on, Spice. Now we're back into the garden. I still have to go through and pull some of the brush out that I've cleared. Okay, so I got to go through and get rocks too. There are all sorts of rocks in the ground, just sticking up and ready for your lawnmower to come over and try to grind down. By the way, grinding down rocks is not recommended for a lawnmower. Okay, we're going back out to the main path now. This is beautiful. Everything around here is beautiful. Beautiful views, beautiful forest, beautiful fresh air, beautiful, nice and quiet. Beautiful quiet. Quiet in the mind. That's the big thing for me. I'm under too much stress. Last place. Now, back here's again the right side stone wall. We're coming down toward the pond. Here's one of our neighbors' cabins. He's only here 6 months out of the year. It's just a little cabin, that's all it is. No electricity. I don't know if he has plumbing or not, and I'm sure he probably has a composting toilet, but no electricity. Off the grid. Excellent. Anyway, back to the tour of the property. Okay, down here is the tractor path to the pond, which I had to clear out with, as you can see, some of the trees have been cut down. Right here, for instance. Little trees and big trees. See all those trees over there? I cut these down. Leon's going to come down with his tractor and remove the stumps. But these are other trees I cut down with the chainsaw. As you can see, there's a lot of them. So Leon can get through here with the tractor. This is the tractor path right there. Whoop. Okay. And it goes right down to the pond. Now here's the walking path to the pond. Again, I cleared all these paths out myself. If you really can't notice on the phone, but the paths are about 20 feet wide, and they're the length of the property. This is a path I cleared out yesterday. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you now. Come on, Spice. Leon wants to be able to access both stone walls on the left and on the right. This is only about, it's an initial portion of the path. It's about 3 to 4 feet wide in some areas. But you can see the kind of brush I have to go through to get here. It takes a lot of work to go through this much brush. Anyway, I'm going to come down here. Yesterday I did this just with the string trimmer. Today I'm going to come down here and do with the brush cutter, and in some cases the chainsaw. There's a lot of stubs sticking up. Anyway, that's the path that I cut out and cleared out yesterday. This is a really rough path right now. In a couple days, or by the end of today, if I work on this area today, none of these little brushes will be here. No stubs or anything. All this stuff will be cleared out. It'll be a nice smooth walking path. Okay. There's a massive stone wall right in front of me. I'll show you. This thing is like, it's taller than I am. I'm 5'9". That's the path I cleared out yesterday. Now, this path that I'm about to take you to is a secret path to go to the pond. I cleared out this yesterday. Like this kind of stuff, you can't cut this with a string trimmer. Sorry, not possible. What happens is the string just goes around it, around the stump. Just goes around it. It pulls off the leaves, but it leaves the branches and stuff. So some of these weeds, like this one for instance, you can't cut that with a string trimmer. you need a brush cutter for that. Thankfully I have one. Here's as far as I've been able to get on this part of the pond. As you can see, this is extreme brush right here. String trimmer is not welcome. I have to go through that. There's the stone wall. I have to go 15 feet through, and then I'm on the other side of the pond. Or at least I'm on the path to the other side of the pond. But you cannot go through this with a string trimmer. It doesn't work. Before they had power tools, the farmers used to use a machete, muscle power, and horsepower, in order to get through all this kind of stuff. To clear the land so they can make a farm out of it and a property for themselves. I'm thankful I'm not living in those days, because with power tools it's a hard work. Here's the pond, which is a beautiful pond. This pond is at least 300 feet wide at the widest, like from left to right. It actually marks the border of the property, and it goes out pretty far. I'd say it's probably, what, 200 feet that way? 300 feet left to right? It's a pretty big pond. It's all Leon's on his property, so it's real nice. Okay, so now we're down by the pond area, which I also cleared out. And looks like there's natural grass growing here. It's a lot easier to clean than, heavy brush. It's just a beautiful area. At some point in the future, Leon intends to put a teepee over here right in front of us where the chair is. Right? He's planning to put a dock approximately right where that tree is, where he can sit on the dock, put a seat in the water, or have a table and a chair and some coffee. And here's a bee's nest, which I'm not getting any closer to than this. It's an active bee's nest. That's why I'm not going any further in this area, because when I go in here I got stung already a couple times. And it hurts too, so it hurts to get stung. Anyway, this is the pathway across this pond, a little stream here. It's about 12 feet wide. Right now it's getting dried up because of the weather. It's dry now. But at one point this was a stream that was 2 or 3 feet deep. Right there. Okay, so again, look at all this heavy brush I still have to clear out. The amount of work I've done is amazing. The amount of work I still have left is even more greater. Okay, here's our first apple tree. I'm going to get an apple right now because I'm hungry. Imagine this, going out in the morning and just picking an apple off of a tree. Apple tree. Anyway, I cleared up this whole area with the pond. Myself, again. I did all the work except for the very front. The tractor work Leon does. His tractor, his work. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing today is clearing off this area down by the stream, because you can hear a stream and a waterfall. Leon wants to be able to see the stream and the waterfall. Look at the background view. Look at how beautiful this place is. That's a mountain. That's the Catskill Mountains right there. Very beautiful. Okay, same thing I'm going to clear down there. All that area. This is as far as I've gotten on the pond. This area is easy to clear off because it's mostly just general brush. I mean general like grass and ferns and various kind of weeds, but they're easy to take out with the string trimmer. Leon's property goes down the hill. I'm not sure how much further it goes down the hill. That hill right there. But I'll go down there today and get as much as I can done. This is the view from the other side of the pond. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you that's another apple tree right there. So we got 2 apple trees here. to just grow naturally. Wild apples. Organic, because there's no sprays around here. No chemicals. Can't find that in New York City. Okay, that's the property. So that I've cleared off with the tools. I'm going to come across the stream here. Prickers. Why did Uncle Adam have to eat the apple? If he didn't eat that apple, this property would have been cleared already. It would have been naturally cleared. Oh, isn't this beautiful? This is beauty. This is nature. This is how you be spiritual. How you can become spiritual. You don't need religion. Okay. Well, that's the end of my tape. Thank you for viewing the property that I've worked on. It's a lot of hard work, but I don't mind. I like hard work. Thank you for watching, and I hope you watch it in the future for more videos. Bye.